Hello everybody, and welcome back to Nicktalksurvivor. My name is Nick, and today I will be talking about Survivor 47, Episode 6. This is our kind of partial merge episode, but it was a good one, so let's get right into it. I literally have in my notes that I loved the Rome opening saying, previously on Survivor, and I said I loved it, which means he's probably going home tonight, and boy, did I call it. Man, I just read the edit too well, right off the rip. But let's see, very first thing we see pretty much is that they merge, or not merge, whatever. They go all to the same beach, and this advantage hunt starts for an advantage in the challenge. And I thought this advantage hunt was actually really fun. I totally thought we were going to see Sam and Genevieve. Whenever we saw them find that buoy, Sam was like, oh, that's nothing. I've seen a million. And then it was going to cut to him just jumping in the water later on. But no, Genevieve is the one that finds it. I think Genevieve is a little under-edited this season so far, but all her content is really funny, really entertaining. And, okay, I heard this from someone else, but she sounds exactly like Parvati. It is crazy. And I see the similarities so much in this episode. What else? Oh, yeah, right off the rip, after they merge, Saul and Sue are talking, and Sue's like, wow, we're in our 40s. Sue, let me hold your hand while I tell you this. You do not look bad for your age, Sue. But you are not 45. With all due respect, you are not 45. You tell people you're a grandma. I know 45, it's possible to be a grandma at 45, but really, Sue, you could have picked really anything better. And being old, it's really not that bad. Like, if you get caught up in your lie, that's worse than just being a little bit older than everyone. Whatever. I thought this was interesting for Sue. She really was not hiding any of her reactions whenever they found that red paint everywhere, which I'm a little bit confused on how that paint is still wet. Has it not been a few days? Maybe because it's not directly in sunlight, but we're talking like people are finding this and they're just dipping their hands in and it's completely covered. Like, it's getting everywhere. And she's just like, oh my goodness, where did this red paint come from? And then Tiana and Caroline know, of course. Like, she couldn't have tried any harder to clean up the red paint. I guess this is what the producers wanted. They wanted people to stumble upon all this stuff. And Sue, she could have lied to Caroline and Tiana or told a lie to the rest of her new tribe mates that someone else had red paint on them the other day. But whatever, we'll see where that goes. Oh man, and then probably one of the biggest falters of this episode was Rome spilling everything that Kyle tells him. Now, I don't hate what Rome did here. If it weren't for the fact that it was day one as a merged tribe, he is really airing out all of Blue's secrets to the other members of the Blue tribe. Like, of course they're going to fact check with each other. They're going to tell each other because they've been with each other for the first however many days of the game. It's a good strategy. I've said it in previous episodes. I don't hate this strategy. It's something I would do. Would I do it, or would I tell someone that I don't have a good relationship with this kind of information? Probably not. Not day one of the merge, at least. However, I think everyone but Rome played this really well, actually. Kyle, we see him getting in a big group and everyone's saying, oh, did you hear what Rome said about y'all's conversation? And Kyle's like, what? He's lying. And he was believable. I was like, wow, Kyle can lie? Like, the good like country boy can lie? This, I'm not going to lie, had my stock for Kyle go up a little bit. Because he was so believable to that big group. What else do I have to say about this? Um, oh yeah, I thought Sue honestly played this well. She kind of had a target on Kyle the past few days. She hears about this. She's with a big group. Everyone is like, oh man, this means we have to get out Rome at some point. If he's going to do this day one that we're merged, what happens or what's going to happen a few days from now? And she jumps on the Rome bandwagon. And I think that is good on Sue. Really, anything, like, she didn't have to flip this back on Kyle, even though she wants him out. Anything to get to the merge and make it one more day is fine. I thought this was a rare good play from Sue. Not rare good play from Sue, but this was good from Sue. That she didn't freak out about Kyle talking bad about her and Caroline, even though it seems that Sue and Caroline really are not trying to hide their duo, which is a little strange. All right. Let's keep it moving. Get to the challenge. Genevieve got a huge advantage. I think that this challenge advantage is massive. Anyway, I thought the schoolyard pick was fun. I don't think they've done that in a while. And also, the challenge in general was just very intense and a very entertaining challenge. That last portion where it was just where it was everyone for themselves, I have written down that I would win that challenge. I don't know. I feel like the balance the ball on the arch thing while you're on the balance beam, that's just something I feel like I would do good at. I don't think I could do puzzles very well unless I practiced, but something like this, I would maybe have to throw it if it was the very first merge challenge. I think that the one-person merge is a little weird. I'll talk about this for a second. But I just don't really see the need. This, all things considered, this was really just the merge episode. I mean, one person got individual immunity. Like, this is back to normal, pretty much. Unfortunately, it looks like that we're getting the split up into two groups for the challenge, and half of the tribe is immune, is what I've heard from other coverage of this episode, like the previews from next time and just a description about this next episode. That looks like what it's going to be, which is a little frustrating. Like, Survivor, everyone in the community is so grateful that you brought back the merge. Like, this felt normal, other than not everyone getting the merge feast, but it felt normal, even though only one person technically made the merge until we have the vote. Speaking of the vote, to cap that, I do think this was better than the normal mergatory that we get. But it looks like we're getting something similar this week, which is weird. All right, let's get to the vote. Man, Rome. They really laid it on him this episode. I didn't like or dislike Rome throughout the season. I thought he was very entertaining, very villainous, which I enjoy. And he did a lot of things right. But then, of course, in typical Rome fashion, he just overplays and it turns into something really bad. He was so confident, and the editors had so much fun with his downfall. I thought, it got painful to watch how rude it was where he's talking about how he's the mastermind, and then everyone's like, yeah, the plan is Rome, the plan is Rome. And then even at tribal council, he gets up in Jeff's seat. Like, they are feeding his ego. Oh, it was hard to watch, knowing that he was going to go home, that he was the plan. Andy, he definitely feels uncomfortable now that he was the backup vote. Even though Sam and Sierra have some work to do to make sure Andy stays calm and stays with them as a number. Because I see a world where he freaks out this episode and wants some power in this game. He's aware that he's on the bottom because he's been on the bottom this whole season. I'm really looking forward to this next episode because I think it'll be very important for the rest of the season, depending on who goes home, which I'll talk about in a second. To finish off Tribal Council, I thought the voting confessionals were crazy. We saw so many, all for Rome. They didn't try to hide it. Everyone wanted that man gone. And it sounds like he was still cocky in his exit interviews and really didn't think he played as bad as he did. But to be fair, he did check a lot off the Survivor bucket list. I thought it was weird that Andy spoke German in his. I'm pretty sure that was German. That's just, from what I could tell, is what he was speaking, which is weird. I don't know that we've ever seen anything like that, but I thought it was funny, very entertaining. They really laid into Rome's downfall episode, and I thought it was entertaining. A little, I don't want to say predictable. No, it was actually a very entertaining episode. I was going to say, I mean, it was predictable once we saw everyone saying that the plan was Rome, and Rome is sitting over here saying, I'm a genius getting Saul out. I'm fake crying, telling about my horror stories with Saul, which I thought people were going to be more mean to him, lying about Saul, like the community was. But, I mean, he's playing the game, and he went home, so it's like, are you really going to rub salt in this man's wound? That episode, man, I don't know how he could think that he was safe. Like, his social awareness was just so terrible. He just overplayed so much, and that's really why he went home. What else? Yeah, so I guess I'll get on to the next episode. Comes out tonight. This video will be coming out pretty much right before episode 7 airs. I wouldn't be surprised if the votes are spread out between the original tribes going into this merge. It was really interesting seeing how everyone was mingling at this, like, half merge, like fake merge. Like, I really feel like there was no tribal lines, and I'm not the first person to say this, but yeah, it really felt like the tribal lines were gone. Everyone felt like they were comfortable talking to everyone. Like, I know this happens every season. You want to integrate with everyone, build a relationship with everyone as fast as possible. But this felt a little different. It felt like they really all knew each other better. And maybe that means we'll get better gameplay and it's less safe. I don't know, because there's more relationships that have been made. Maybe the Survivor Social Hour was really a good thing, because it was a little preview to the merge where we saw a lot of new relationships formed. And I think those relationships will bring interesting votes and will hopefully give us a good merge and make this, in my opinion, this could be the best season of the new era. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm still really enjoying this season. I hope it doesn't become predictable or in any way boring, but I'm really looking forward to episode 7 tonight. Thank you all for listening. Please comment, share, subscribe, like, all that stuff. And I will try to get my episode 7 recap out as soon as possible. Thanks.